Hey there, Craig Davidson, President of Taurus Agricultural Marketing. If you're familiar with our business, you followed us on Twitter, been on our website, gotten to know one of our regional managers over the years, you've probably asked yourself this question of our business or asked us directly, hey Taurus, what's new? What do you have coming down the pipeline that can actually help us be better at what we do in the production of agriculture? And I would tell you this, you know what, our business is such where we constantly push ourselves to look for new innovations, new technologies, new practices in agronomy to really, allow us to be more successful on that acre. And today we're looking at that not just to the bottom line, but we're also doing that in a sense that we want to be better for the environment. We want to be more sustainable in that production. We want to do that where we actually have give our customers a greater voice in connecting with that end consumer, person that's eating food. And we believe today there is so many innovations coming that allow growers to do a better job of what they do and ultimately allow consumers to get excited about the food that they're eating and how it's being grown. So for us, we've always pursued this approach, and yet until we make it commercial, it's kept pretty close. Today we actually are exposing that more so, where we're presenting that to the public before it probably becomes mainstream. And so we're happy to be involved with Ag In Motion. This is our second year west of Saskatoon, where we are actually showcasing some of these new technologies, innovations, our agronomy practices that we believe will really change agriculture for the better moving forward. This year, break it into three quick categories. Call it seed safety and putting the plant in control. Two innovations there, one called Crystal Green. Happy to work with a company called Astera that we believe has got world-changing technology where they're pulling phosphorus out of city effluent, build it into a fertilizer, put that in front of a plant. The plant actually controls the release of that nutrient, meaning it can't tie up in the soil. That comes in a seed-safe package, allowing us to put that close to the seed without damaging those important genetics. The other technology in that category, Sulphur Plus, we would consider this slow feeding sulfate. Again, we know now how important sulfur is in crop production, not just canola, but all crops we're growing. Same thing, we come along and say, hey, we need you to grow more yield to be more successful or have a better bottom line. Genetics are there, let's try to take advantage of it. How do we do that and then not actually harm or injure the seed? Sulphur Plus comes in a package that actually is very seed safe, very low salt index, and season-long feeding of that nutrient, meaning, hey, now we got phosphate and sulfate we could put close together in the seed and not actually harm the seed and increase rates. So we're showcasing that. It looks it's got very good potential. Obviously looks very encouraging at Ag In Motion. And by all means, stop in, check that out. Two new technologies. The other side is actual soil health. We realize today, obviously, it's not just about the nutrients we put on or how much organic matter it has or how much clay content. The actual living soil today, with technology, DNA sequencing, understanding the importance of the biology of the soil and its impact on increasing efficiencies both in the rhizome and inside the plant. How do we keep these little guys healthy and happy? And ultimately, in an annual cropping system, we grow these crops. They either mature or they actually are pre-harvested to control fall annual weeds. There is a window in there where there's nothing on that soil living, and so how do we expect these organisms to stay healthy and bridge the gap to next year's annual crop? So in our world, cover crops is something that we're quite excited about, and we think has a great fit in Western Canada as it's being adapted all over the world. And so for this year, we are working with a company called Union Forage. We're actually going to be incorporating a cover crop into our canola research plots. The goal there is really to focus on bridging the gap to soil health, keeping our beneficial organisms alive and healthy, so when we come back in next season, that soil is that much further ahead. Last one would be around nitrogen management. We know how important nitrogen is in the production of agriculture. Obviously, it's a very important nutrient, and yet it's a nutrient that's it's like a moving target. It's very hard to keep it where we want it when we need it, and it comes in lots of different forms, and it's got lots of different mechanisms of loss. 2018, we are launching a new nitrogen management product called ARMU Advanced. That in conjunction with Active Agri-Science out of Abbotsford, BC. This is a technology that gives us two modes of protection, both in volatilization as well as in nitrification. And so we are incorporating that in, combined with split applying nitrogen on some of our plots to showcase if we do a better job, not of how much we put on, but how much we get into the crop, how much more efficient and sustainable can we be in this important nutrient as we pursue higher yields. So, hey, get a chance, come on down, Ag in Motion, 3 days, third week in July. We'll be there. Lots going on, 4 different crops, and lots of things to show, lots of things for us to show you that we're quite excited about, that we believe will be, call it world changers, agricultural production changers moving forward, that we now can showcase before they become commercially accepted. We'll see you there.